Hi, everybody. I just wanted to drop in really quick to thank you again for being a part of my channel, whether you have subscribed or if you just come and check out things from time to time. But if you find any of the content helpful, it would be really nice if you would hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share it with people that you know that may be interested in the content because, that really helps the channel. And then that's also helping those people that you know. Um, the other week, I did a video a couple of weeks ago. I did a few videos about the sudden drastic change of weather and the storms that happen here in my area, which, you know, I'm used to storms in my area, but the storms that happened on that particular evening were unusual in the sense that it sounded like it was roaring, like a lion. It got really scary really quick, which is why I took off and got in the closet, did that really quick video. It was very odd. And, the weather's been flipping back and forth, kind of like a pendulum. One day it's really nice, give it a day or two, it might be snowing, there might be tornado warnings or high winds, tornado watches that go all the way up to midnight, um, a line of heavy storms and high winds and tornadoes that go all the way across the state, not just boop in, one or two towns, but literally all the way across the state, which is unusual to me. Um, the other day we had where it looked like a nice day, and I was out busy that day, and as soon as I got home and got in the door, as soon as I closed and locked the door, crash. There was just hail for 5 minutes. That started off about the size of an olive, and then it increased to being close to ping pong size, close to ping pong ball size. So, I mean, these things are happening, and when they happen, it's just so quick, and it's just like out of nowhere. And then I look out the window and I see it, um, and I'm glad that I made it in, but I was concerned that vehicles were going to be damaged or what's going to happen next because it was just like a quick whiteout on the street. And then after the 5 minutes, it just stopped. Skies cleared up like nothing ever happened. And then we continue on with the day. We have these drastic weather changes. We have food recalls, like right now, the Jif peanut butter is being recalled. Uh, this is May 22nd of 2022. So there is a recall on Jif peanut butter due to salmonella. You can go to the Jif website and check it out. You can go to the FDA website, Food and Drug Administration website, and check it out for yourself and then respond accordingly to that. We've got gas prices going up. I went to the gas station one day, and while I was there, I went inside to pay instead of paying at the pump. And the person working inside said that they had just received notification that the gas was going to be going up 20 cents the next day. It's like, okay, I'm going to top off the car. Topped it off. Um, the next day, I drove by that same gas station, and the gas had gone up like 17 or 18 cents a gallon for the particular brand that I use. And then the day following that, I was driving uh, down another way and passed a different gas station, and the gas had gone up at that other gas station another 40 cents a gallon, like 35 to 40 cents a gallon. Things are happening in extreme measures everywhere. You know, if you've seen my past videos and you know about the times where I've gone in the stores and I'm just looking for soy sauce or whatever one particular thing, and I can't find it. And I thought, well, this is odd. And I go to two or three stores looking for that one item. Things are just not there. There are a lot of changes that are happening around us. It just is. It's just how it is. And part of what makes that difficult is if you live on the day by day and you're not really prepared, you might find that to be really difficult for you because how are you supposed to manage? How are you supposed to have your stuff together? Which is why being prepared for an emergency is really helpful. When that storm happened, that sounded like a roaring lion, that really scared the bejeebers out of me. The one where I was in the closet, like, there's a tornado warning, the alarm is going off. Someone that I know was not really prepared for the storm, and they, well, their power went out. And when their power went out, they had two refrigerators and a freezer. The food in those refrigerators eventually went bad because they went without power for about 74 hours, just a little more than 3 days. After you get through that 24-hour mark, if you're not eating what you have in that fridge and shoving everything else into the freezer immediately, you know, you're going to have some serious problems. And if your freezer is full, keep it closed as long as you can, or go buy lots of ice or something. So her food in the two refrigerators went bad. The freezer being off for so long, the temperature was going down like being in a refrigerator. This person is in a house that has a sump pump. When the sump pump is off for several days like that, all kinds of icky stuff comes up from the ground into the basement and floods the basement up to about 4 to 6 inches. And this person had was sharing her home with someone else, and the other person was staying in the basement and had like a sofa and a bed and all that down there. Well, when stuff starts floating and gets icky and gross, especially if it's not on risers, you can buy those risers cheap or, well, reasonably affordable um, at local stores like Walmart and Target or places like that. Get the 4-inch risers like the ones that you put under the bottom of the chair legs to get it up a little bit higher. So that person had a frustrating week last week of trying to clear up everything from the flood that happened and throw out all that food that was stored. Refrigeration is good. Having a freezer is nice too. But if the power goes out for an extended amount of time, it's really helpful to have some dried goods and canned goods and have them properly stored so that you don't lose everything that you have. So I just wanted to take a minute and share this with you, and I hope that people really are preparing. I hope that people really are um, putting a plan in place, knowing what they're going to do if the power goes out. Do you have a little backup power supply pack? If you can't afford that, what do you have? Do you have flashlights with batteries? If you're using flashlights, you want to make sure that you have batteries that work really regularly. Go back and check and make sure they're working. Are you growing anything at all? If you're in a house, more than likely, hey, you have a yard that you can grow things in. You could do a raised bed garden if you want to. If you're in a condo, a townhouse, an apartment, a co-op, you may have to grow in your own space, like putting window boxes on the inside where you can grow stuff, especially if you have a problem with like a squirrel infestation. And I call it an infestation if squirrels are regularly hanging out around your windows or trying to chew through your screens to try to see what they can get to. Then you'd want to be having that stuff inside the windows in the windowsill. You may want to do like I do with the hydroponic gardening in the dining room. I use the VegBox system and not being paid by the VegBox company or Amazon or anything like that, but it's a system that works for me. I can use it when I want to or need to, and when I'm not using it, I just clean it out and stick it back in the box and put it away. I also do some planting indoors. I have a bucket full of beets. I do my beet seeds because I'm the root vegetable lady. Of course, I'm going to do beets. And beets are really important to me, and I like having good, wholesome, nutritious food. But I will go to the grocery store or to the farmer's market or co ops or other places and see if they have greens on sale, if they have greens and other things on sale that I'm not growing here indoors. And if the price is right, I'll get a bunch or two or however much I'm able to get, and I will chop them up, put them on the food dehydrator, and dry those babies out overnight so I can put those away. Because will I eat them? Absolutely. Do they have preservatives? Absolutely not. So I do like to have as healthy of a product as I can, preservative free. After I'm done, I'm doing my second bunch of collard greens right now. And yes, they do come back pretty well when I boil some water and put them in. And I could do them in soups and stews, and we can talk about that more at another time. But after I finish the second bunch of collard greens, I will be thinly slicing some carrots so I can do more carrots because I also do, of course, the carrots and the parsnips. Um, and I really like the flavor of it. And it just it's healthy and it gives me a lot of energy and it's an overall win-win for me. So, just wanted to take a minute to just remind you to prepare for some things because these storms and different things are coming up and one day it's warm and like it was warm a few days ago. It was cold yesterday. I still have on my thick fuzzy socks today and they're talking about expect frost. So people that have planted things outside might have some issues with the frost that's supposedly coming. And if you live in a place where you have like automated supplies like dishwashers and things like that, dishwashers are wonderfully convenient until they break down. If it breaks down and you're not capable of fixing it yourself, you may have some concerns there. If you don't know what you're doing or how to fix it, if you need a part and the part's not available, what are you going to do? So, as nice as it is to have a dishwasher, it's also good to have an alternate source for cleaning the dishes, like the regular bottles of dish liquids and using your hands, putting that hot soapy water in that sink and, working with it that way. Don't totally depend and lean upon one resource. Always try to have a plan B. That's all I'm saying. Um, I think I'm going to cut it off now because I've been talking about 14 minutes. Thank you for joining me. Look forward to talking to you again soon because I would like to do some pot pies and other things like that. So, thank you again for joining me on Cooking for One. And take care, be prepared, treat yourself, don't cheat yourself. Have things in line so that things go smoothly for you, even in the midst of the storm. Talk to you again soon.